At this time, for just a moment, we would like to recognize and honor Bob Harris for his dedication and hard work as a charter member in helping to organize and run this Lions Club annual track and field meet for the past 50 years. Not only has he been a huge reason for its success, but he has also been a tremendous influence to the youth in our community, as well as an educator and coach. He was a classroom teacher, elementary school principal, and coach. He helped start the Chesapeake Junior High track program and has coached the Chesapeake High School track and cross-country teams. He won 9 Ohio Valley Conference high school boys track and field championships and coached the high school girls teams that won 7 Ohio Valley Conference championships in 8 years, earning him a spot in the Ohio Track and Cross Country Hall of Fame. Coach Harris also coached about 7 years for Marshall University's track and field program. At this time, we'd like to take a moment just to recognize Bob Harris for all of his achievements and contributions to our track and field program. Thank you, Bob Harris.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Chesapeake Lions Club Invitational here at Phil Davis Field and Dave Smith and Bob Harris track. We're about to get underway with the girls 4x800 meter relay. In lane 1, we'll have South Point. Lane 2, Spring Valley. Lane 3 is Wayne. Lane 3B in the alley is Portsmouth. 4 is Fairland. 4B is Ironton. 5A, Rock Hill. And in 6A are the ladies from Gallia Academy. They make up the girls 4x800 meter relay. It's our first running event of the evening as we kick off the 2019 Chesapeake Lions Club Invitational Track and Field Meet here at Chesapeake High School. And we're underway. Running leg 1 for South Point is Diamond Crawley. The lead-off legs for Spring Valley is Bettina Jeffers. Leading off for Wayne is Emily Williamson. The lead-off for Portsmouth is Courtney Stottridge. Leading Fairland is Deanna Hall. Elizabeth McClung takes the first leg for the Tigers of Ironton. True Pancake leading off for Rock Hill. And Emma Warner is leg 1 for Gallia Academy. As we are underway here in the girls 4x800 meter relay. First leg approaching about 200 meters, so about a lap and a half left for these ladies. They will come through the cones here at 300 meters and take the stagger and all file into lane 1. They're in their preferred lanes here for 300 meters, and then they will cut over and finish the lap, and then they will hand off to the next leg. Through the cones here, it looks to be Wayne in the lead. So Emily Williamson leading Wayne, closely followed by Deanna Hall. And we got Rock Hill, Spring Valley, South Point, and that chase pack. There's a real strong group of 3 ladies there right behind Wayne as she comes through in about 75 seconds. So she's running around 2:30 pace. That chase pack is on about 2:33 pace. As she keeps pressing her lead there around the turn approaching 500 meters. Now we can see at 300 meters, Spring Valley, Bettina Jeffers there, making a slight push on Deanna Hall. Hall with Fairland responds. Chase pack working strong together. Williamson still holding her lead through 600 meters. Now we have about 130 meters or so till our first exchange, the second leg. She'll be handing off to Haley Wallace of Wayne. Fairland Emily Carrico will be leg 2. For Rock Hill, leg 2 will be Cameron Miller. South Point's second leg will be Grace Simpson. Into the exchange for Wayne here. And about a 2:38 first leg for Wayne there from Williamson. Rock Hill moving up here. Rock Hill and Spring Valley moving. They're moving, shuffling around. 2:47, 2:48 for Rock Hill and Fairland there. Rock Hill's moved up into second. Wayne still holding their commanding lead. Wayne still in the lead. We have Spring Valley moving up on the outside on the back stretch with Rock Hill as they both try to make a move to pass Emily Carrico of Fairland. Rock Hill's changed their legs around here. That is not Cameron Miller.
Second call, girls 100-meter hurdles.
This is Allie Hinchman from Spring Valley. Allie Hinchman has made a move. She's ran a strong first 250 this 800 leg. Haley Wallace here still leading the charge for Wayne. She completes 400 meters, getting ready to start her second lap. Spring Valley now starting to lengthen a little bit of their lead. So Wayne County 1-2 here. Emily Carrico is making a move to take over third. We have about a lap to go here. And it appears that Wayne is going to start lapping teams in the field. They're about to lap the relay team from Ironton. That's Hannah Shavers there running for the Tigers. And on the back stretch, rounding the turn now, we have Spring Valley trying to lengthen their lead. Fairland's pulling up. Rock Hill slightly fading from that chase pack as it now appears that Fairland is going to pull into second with about 250 to go here. Emily Carrico with a strong move there around Hinchman. Wayne coming into the home stretch here, going to exchange to their third leg. That'll be Mackenzie Reynolds. So Wallace will hand off to Mackenzie Reynolds. And here we go with the exchange. And they're off with the third leg. Into the home stretch here is Emily Carrico for the Dragons. She has lengthened the lead. The Spring Valley took over on the first lap. She will be handing off to senior Haley Fuller. Haley Fuller will take the stick here for the Dragons. And there's the handoff there. About a 2:54 split for Emily Carrico there. Wayne continuing to roll up other teams. They're pulling up on Portsmouth there. It's Carrie Callahan that Reynolds is approaching. Wayne has about a 150 meter, 170 meter lead roughly at this time. In our race for second and third, Haley Fuller's pulled ahead by a fair margin from Rock Hill and Spring Valley. Rock Hill and Spring Valley are still working together there. Rock Hill has moved Cameron Miller into that leg, so Cameron Miller is running the third leg now, not the second leg as originally scheduled. Spring Valley, Lainey Milam there. Lainey Milam trying to close down Haley Fuller as Cameron Miller tries to close down Milam and Fuller. Wayne's lead has dwindled a little bit. It's down to about 70 meters now. Still holding strong, though. I think they got enough there. They're out ahead by enough that they should be able to hold it, barring any disaster on the anchor leg. Now that lead has been closed even more so, maybe by about 10 meters there by Haley Fuller. Spring Valley trying to hold on, but holding about the same as they have been since Fuller took over this leg. Milam is closing. Cameron Miller trying to close down on the backstretch as well. Wayne was once looking to run away with this, still holding strong, but now still closing down. We might have a fun race here on the anchor leg. Looks like the anchor leg for Wayne is about to take the baton here. Can she hold it? Catherine Dean. Can she hold off Emma Marshall of Fairland? Dean is now off and running. Marshall slides down. Milam closing strong. Cameron Miller closing strong as well. Cameron Miller's made a fair amount of distance here this last 200 meters. She's really made the last part of this leg count for the Red Women. Closing very strong. Going to be a tight exchange and a tight finish for Rock Hill and Spring Valley there. Dean taking off with the hammer here, trying to run away from Marshall. Lead is about 80 meters, so she's picked up some space there. Still around 600 meters to go, though. Spring Valley's lengthened their lead a little bit over Rock Hill here. Zoe Runyon really pushing the pace a little bit for the Timberwolves. And Wayne with 1 lap to go. They got about 1 lap to go here. Lead's been about the same, fairly consistent from her and Fairland's anchor leg, Emma Marshall. Spring Valley trying to inch closer to second place. And Emma Marshall will have a lap to go. Runyon looking nice and strong there for the Timberwolves. Can she hold off Rock Hill with about a lap to go here? We'll find out. I think that's one of the things that makes this meet unique is that you get to see some of the West Virginia schools here. Some are AA, AAA, but also some of the schools from Fairland in the area that mix in. Even Portsmouth getting in on the OVC fund now. So we have a lot of different schools, different divisions, different states here. So it's nice to see the big schools roll up here. You know, last year we had Huntington High as well. And here comes into the home stretch your leaders, the Wayne Pioneers. And she will take the title here at the Lions Club Invitational. The 4x8 relay team from Wayne. Williamson, Reynolds, Wallace, and Dean. They will be your relay champions with a time about 10:53 unofficially. 10:53, 3,200 meter relay unofficially for the team from Wayne. Coming down the home stretch for Fairland is Emma Marshall. And she's going to cross an 11:19 unofficially for the Dragons for second. Spring Valley 11:27 for third. So your top 3 relay teams have crossed the line here in the first track event of the girls 4x8. 11:35 for Rock Hill. Here's Gallia Academy, closely followed by the Pointers of South Point. And 12:08 for Gallia unofficially, 12:11 for South Point. If you ever wondered how the scoring goes in a track meet of this size of an invitational, you score the top 8 places. And they go 10 points, 8, 6, 5, 4, 2, and 1. That's how you score the top 8 places here.
The results of the girls 4x800 meter relay. In 8th place, Ironton. 7th place, Portsmouth. 6th place, South Point. In 5th place, Gallia Academy. In 4th place, Rock Hill. In 3rd place, Spring Valley. In 2nd place, Fairland. And in 1st place, with a time of 10 minutes 52 seconds, the ladies from Wayne.
All right, taking the track for our second running event here this evening is the boys 4x8. We have lane 1, we have Dawson Bryant. They'll be led by Colton Kuhn. In 2 will be the Trojans of Portsmouth, led by senior Daniel Clark. Rock Hill in 3, being led by Victor Aguilera. The Pointers of South Point are in 3. Adrian Johnson will run lead for them. Gallia Academy, Logan Bloor. And beside them is Wayne. We'll have Blaine Brumfield. And we'll have a Wayne County sandwich here with Wayne and Spring Valley side by side. Again with Nick Bowen leading off for the Timberwolves. And Ian Hicks takes off in lane 6 for Chesapeake as we are underway here. Same as the girls, they will run in lanes, so about 300 meters, and then they will cut in there at the cut line, and they'll all file into lane 1. And through the cut there, we have Aguilera in first for Rock Hill, followed by Gallia. South Point, Portsmouth, Colgrove, quickly distinguishing themselves from the pack. Rock Hill taking this lead. Chase Pack not too far behind. Only one lap in, though. A lot of racing left to go. Sometimes that adrenaline gets them going there, and then they'll kind of start to settle in here around 500, 600 meters.
Thank you.
Aguilera, though, in the lead, trying to hold off Gallia here. Bloor is not making it easy. South Point hopping up there. That's Adrian Johnson. Adrian Johnson leading Daniel Clark through there at Portsmouth as Daniel's just tucked in right behind on that back stretch. Aguilera is starting to put a little bit of a gap there on Bloor. And into the home stretch. The first exchange here. He will hand off to Eli Baker. Around a 2:02 roughly split there for Rock Hill. Bloor hands off to Jaden Dunlap. One leg down, 3 to go here. Hicks is trying to make a move up the home stretch for the finish. Baker has taken off on the backstretch for Rock Hill. He's put about 60 meters on Gallia there. So he wastes little time playing around. 200 meters down for him. And now we start to see some people pulling up here on Gallia, trying to take over second place. Looks like John Nelson from Portsmouth trying to close in there. Mason Kazee from South Point also trying to keep it interesting. So Nelson and Kazee pulling up here in a lap, closing a lot of ground on Gallia. Can Dunlap hold them off? Very much so like in the girls' race, we have a leader that is established pretty quickly, and we'll also be surprised if that changes. We're looking at over a 100-meter lead now for Rock Hill. When Baker comes down the home stretch, he will hand off to Ethan Miller, and they anchor with Noah Wood. Wood has some wheels on him, pretty good 200, 400 guy, so be surprised if anyone closes them down. All right, Nelson has now taken over second place. Dunlap going back. And Kazee stalking Dunlap, waiting to make his move here. The race is on for second place. 3 teams separated by about 10 meters or so at best. And Rock Hill now handing off to their third leg. And as we head into the home stretch, Dunlap finds another gear to put Nelson down. He finds another one. Kazee going to put down Nelson. Kazee might put down he and Dunlap. Does he have enough?
Second call, boys, 100.
And it's almost exactly even at the exchange there. So race is on. Pretty solid leg there out of those three men. So Eric Purdy for Portsmouth is trailing Kyle Badgett there. Kyle Badgett trying to extend that lead. And Dakota McCoy for Gallia had a slight lead there on Portsmouth. Now he's giving it up. Purdy making it evident that he is going after Badgett. Badgett is the one being hunted now. Rock Hill still holds a commanding lead. Badgett here. Still with the lead. Purdy's held up a little bit, not moving as hot as he once was, but still running very strong. McCoy looking pretty good there.
6th place, South Point.
And Rock Hill's lead is stretched to about 180 meters or so.
Rock Hill. In 3rd place, Spring Valley. In 2nd place, Fairland. And in 1st place, with a time of 10 minutes, 52 seconds, the ladies from
Our next event after this will be the girls' 100 hurdles. We'll have 2 sections of the 100 hurdles. We'll have 3 sections of the boys' 110-meter hurdles. Miller looking strong for Rock Hill. On the back stretch, we see Gallia. They've been put away here by South Point and Portsmouth. Pretty good little OVC battle here. Badgett has done very well for the Pointers. He will hold off Purdy on this exchange. Ran a really solid leg here. And as we get into the anchors, the anchor leg here, we have Kamler of Portsmouth, and we have Luke Tyree of South Point. Kamler has a pretty good range when it comes to distance and cross country. He's running about 4:39, 10:02, 16:40s and cross. He's pretty well rehearsed as he's closing and taking off. Steadily closing still. Tyree through 200 meters. He knows what he's up against. Rock Hill still in the lead. They're running their own race at this moment. And here comes Kamler trying to close that there on Tyree. Tyree, though, holding strong, about 400 meters to go for him. It'll be interesting once they get to the back stretch to see who has what move and what left in the bag. Rock Hill now coming up on about 200 meters left. They will finish as they continue to lap members of the field. Noah Wood there. As you can see, he has some of those wheels from the 2 and 4. He starts to close down. Tyree with the lead. Coming about 110 left. Kamler closing. Does Kamler have enough off the turn? And here we go. The race for second is on. Does Tyree have enough? Can Kamler get him? It's going to be close. It's going to take all the way to the line. And Tyree has just enough to hold off Kamler. So that was a pretty good 4x8 battle there between those two OVC foes. I think the clear title favorite for the OVC is Rock Hill after that performance. Pretty impressive stuff there. So your first 3 finishers are in. Rounding the turn here are the Timberwolves of Spring Valley. That's Andrew Ball. Ball also participates in the high jump and has a 4:30 something for the mile. And Gallia Academy here about to get disqualified because they're pacing their runner. So I'm sure they'll be removed from the results. You cannot run beside someone while they are in a race. For those of you watching at home, wondering about some of the rules, you cannot pace someone.
The results of the boys 4x800 meter relay. In 8th place, Wayne. In 7th place, Chesapeake. In 6th place, Colgrove. In 5th place, Gallia Academy. In 4th place, Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Portsmouth. In 2nd place, South Point. And in 1st place, setting a new meet record, which was previously held by Morrison, Wilgus, Hall, and Bain. It was set in 1987 by Fairland High School. The old meet record was 8 minutes 32.2 seconds. This year we have a new meet record. The boys from Rock Hill High School, Noah Wood, Ethan Miller, Eli Baker, and Victor Aguilera, set a new meet record at 8 minutes 31.3 seconds. Congratulations, Rock Hill boys.
First heat of the girls' 100 hurdles. Our starter, Mr. Lockhart, has them on the blocks and on their marks. About to raise them to the set position. And we're off here. Clean start, no false starts. First to the hurdle is Heaven Jordan of Portsmouth there. And it looks like Jordan's going to win your first heat here, followed by Cook of Ironton. That was our first heat of 2 for the girls' 100 hurdles. Now on the track is our second heat. It's a full house here with all 6 lanes taken up. We have Trinity Eggers of Gallia Academy, Kia Booth in lane 2 of Fairland, Chloe Minton of Portsmouth in lane 3, Adara Barnett of Rock Hill in lane 4, Callista Barnes in 5 from Gallia Academy, and Isabella Garrido of Fairland in lane 6. This is our second heat of 2 in the girls' 100 hurdles. Once again, Eggers, Booth, Minton, Barnett, Barnes, and Garrido make up this second heat. The winner of your first heat was Heaven Jordan there of Portsmouth. Generally, at an invitational meet like this, the second heat is the quicker heat, so they've ran faster times throughout the season, and they've entered those, so your second heat is usually the faster heat. However, sometimes in the first heat, someone from there will occasionally win or score points.
Final call, girls 100 meter
from that
dash.
first heat.
Second call, boys 100 meter dash.
And Mr. Lockhart is ready to roll here. The gun is up. He's giving the commands, and we're about to be underway with our second heat of the hurdles for the girls. They'll be followed by the boys. 110 hurdles. Once again, we have 3 sections of that up next. Our fastest entrant here is Minton of Portsmouth. Let's see if she holds true to that. She is in the lead here at about halfway, and she's still putting it away. So I believe that Minton, fastest seed, will be your fastest finisher here from Portsmouth. And then she will be followed by, it looks like, Garrido and Barnes there. Looks like Garrido and Barnes are the ones that followed Minton there. Minton was your first place finisher. As the hurdle crew now moves the hurdles for the boys, 110 meters. They have to run 10 meters further. Your first section will be Andrew Carnes of Huntington St. Joe. Your second contestant in lane 3 will be Alex DeLappa of Chesapeake. And in lane 4 from Fairland, you will have Josh Brewer. Carnes, DeLappa, and Brewer will make up the first of 3 sections of the boys' 110-meter hurdles.
The results of the girls 100 meter hurdles. In 8th place, Day of Rock Hill. In 7th place, Barnett of Rock Hill. In 6th place, Barnes of Gaia Academy. In 5th place, Booth from Fairland. In 4th place, Jordan from Portsmouth. In 3rd place, Eggers from Gaia Academy. In 2nd place, Greedo from Fairland. And in 1st place with a time of 17.9 seconds from Portsmouth, Minton.
And we're ready to roll here in Heat 1. And we're off clean. No false start. Almost dead even to the first hurdle. Now we have a little bit of a lead here for Carnes of St. Joe. And Carnes holds off DeLappa there in your first heat. Carnes, DeLappa, and Brewer. That's how the first heat finishes there. Heat 2 now coming up on the track. In lane 1, we'll have Chase Webb of Chesapeake. Hunter Brewer, the brother of Josh Brewer, is in the first heat. Hunter Brewer is in Heat 2, lane 2. Ethan Call of Portsmouth in 3. Blake Skidmore for Gallia is in 4. And Walker Clay in lane 5 of South Point. Webb, Brewer, Call, Skidmore, Clay. This is your second heat of the boys' 110-meter hurdles. And after this, we'll have one more heat to go. We're ready to roll here. He's given the whistle. We'll be underway shortly. The gun's up. And here we go. Looks like Brewer with a slight lead over the first hurdle and over the next few hurdles. Brewer really extending his lead here in this heat. And he's going to hold on to win this second heat here. Call from Portsmouth will be second. So Brewer and Call, your top two finishers here in Heat 2. Brewer kind of took the lead there from the start and never looked back. Clipped a few hurdles, but still held on. So him and Call there getting familiar with each other. And they'll see each other next week as well at the Portsmouth Invitational. They'll see a lot of each other across this next month as they get ready for the Ohio Valley Conference meet, which will also be held at Portsmouth High School. One of those not really pre-season, but pre-championship season tester meets here. Everybody kind of feeling out where they are, maybe stacking up against the conference. Got about a month to go before the conference meet, so everyone's kind of seeing what they need to tweak and fine-tune here. And Heat 3 is now on the track, getting some steps and approaches here before they set them in the blocks. In lane 1, you'll have Jed Whitworth of Colgrove, Gabe Yeoman of Spring Valley, Gabe Kidd of Rock Hill, your fastest seed. Entering this, he's in lane 3. Devin McLaurin of Portsmouth in 4. Greg Keeney of Colgrove in 5. Ian Hill of Gallia in 6 rounds out this final heat of the boys' 110-meter hurdles. Once again, lane 3, Gabe Kidd. He is our fastest entrant. Let's keep an eye on him and see if he holds true to that and pulls off the win here. There's also some other competitive hurdlers here that you might have heard across the last couple of years. You know, Whitworth and Keeney, they've been pretty good at the hurdles as well. Let's see if they give Kidd a run for his money here or if he can hold on to it. So Brewer was your winner in Heat 2, and Carnes was your winner in Heat 1. So we'll have to wait for the final results to see where and if they do in fact place from one of the slower heats. Starters now getting them all back to their blocks. He's got the gun up. He's ready to roll here. And here we go. Off pretty clean. And it appears that Keeney has a lead here. Oh, and the two Colgrove hurdlers making it hard for Kidd. Will they hold him off? Yes, it appears that in 6, or in lane 5, pardon me, Keeney
The results of the boys
will take that heat. We'll have to see the official results.
Wayne in 7th place, Chesapeake.
So as I mentioned before that heat, that the two Colgrove guys would be someone to keep an eye on to give Kidd a run for his money. And it turned out that they both did.
Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Portsmouth.
They're coming on pretty strong there. I know Coach Fuller does a good job with those guys down at Colgrove. You know, Colgrove, they're usually pretty good in all event areas when it comes to track, especially at the conference level.
Bogus, Hall, and Bain. It was set in 1987.
Nice to see some competitiveness there.
At Fairland High School. The results of the boys 110-meter hurdles. In 8th place, Carnes of St. Joseph. In 7th place, McLaurin of Portsmouth. In 6th place, Yeoman of Spring Valley. In 5th place, Brewer from Fairland. 4th place, Hill of Gaia Academy. In 3rd place, Whitworth from Dawson Bryant. 2nd place, Kidd of Rock Hill. And in 1st place, with a time of 15.9 seconds, from Dawson Bryant, Gregory Keeney.
We're now on to the girls' 100-meter dash. We have 4 sections.
In 8th place,
In lane 2, the first section from St. Joe is Maya Barlow. In 3 is Emily Sleezer from Ironton. And in 4 from St. Joe is Avery Smith. Barlow, Sleezer, and Smith, they'll make up the first of 4 sections in the girls' 100 dash here. In the girls' 100 dash, 4 sections.
In 2nd place,
Scratch that. It appears that the first section is now a no-go. So we will have
in 6th place,
We'll have
Barnes of Gaia Academy.
lanes
In 5th
1 through
place,
6, a full
Booth
house
from
here.
Fairland. In 4th place, Jordan from Portsmouth.
That looks like
In
Lexi
3rd
Steele of
place,
Fairland
Eggers
in
from
lane
Gaia
1.
Academy. In
Allie
2nd
Farrell
place,
of Rock Hill in
Greedo
2.
from Fairland.
Shay
And in
Hobswell
1st place with a
of
time
Rock Hill in 3.
17.9
Destiny Smith of Spring Valley in
seconds
4.
from
Bailey
Portsmouth.
Williamson of Wayne in
Minton.
5. And Kayla Pollinger of Tulsa in 6. Those are the scheduled contestants. We've moved on to the second section. The first section was scratched out. It's only 3 sections, your first of 3 here. They're in the blocks. And we're off. And we have a pretty tight race here. It looks like Steele will hold off for the win on that. Pollinger in second. Ooh, Steele of Fairland there. The freshman. Holding off Pollinger of Tulsa. In our next section here, we'll have Sarah Roach in lane 1 from South Point. Kellyanne Montgomery of South Point also in lane 2. Lauren Donges in lane 3. Madeline Perry of Wayne in 4. Candace Polly of Chesapeake in 5. And Emily Browning in lane 6 from Fairland. Roach, Montgomery, Donges, Perry, Polly, and Browning. Lanes 1 through 6 in this second heat of the girls' 100. Your fastest entrance in the girls' 100
First call girls
is
4 by 200
Kylie
meter
Polly
relay.
of
First
Ironton,
call
a time of
girls 4 by
13.4
200
seconds.
meter
So
relay.
we'll watch her in the next heat after this to see if she can hold on to that top seed time. Kylie Polly of Ironton, 13.4 is your top seed in the girls' 100-meter dash. We've condensed from 4 to 3 sections. And we're about to get our second section underway here. And here we go, no false start, so we are out strong here. And our early leader is from Portsmouth. Will she hold on? Moving up on the inside, no, is really close to call. One of your contestants from South Point, either Roach or Montgomery there. They put away Donges of Portsmouth in the late stages. A little close to call from our angle here. We'll have to wait for the official word, but your winner is either Roach or Montgomery of that second heat. Donges went out fast, threw about 60 meters, and faded down the home stretch. So moving on to our final section here, our third section. We will have a full house as well, as we have Junin O'Mara of Galia Academy, Blake Anderson of Chesapeake in 2, Kylie Polly of Ironton, your top seed. You want to keep an eye on her. Ashanti Richardson in 4 from Portsmouth, Katie Queen of Galia in 5, and Delaney Davis from Spring Valley in 6. O'Mara, Anderson, Polly, Richardson, Queen, and Davis make up our third and final section of the girls' 100-meter dash. Top seed coming in is Kylie Polly of Ironton, 13.4. He's called them in here, and they're in the blocks, getting ready to roll. And we're out of the blocks
In
clean.
4th place, Lithicum from Ironton. 3rd place, Wilburn from Raceland.
Polly with a commanding
2nd
lead,
place,
showing why she's the top
from
seed.
Ironton.
And
In
she
1st
will be
place,
your winner.
Throw of 31 feet
So
9
Polly
3/4
takes that.
inches.
She was followed by Richardson in second. So probably in second go 1-2 there of Ironton and Portsmouth.
The results of the girls' 100-meter dash. In 8th place, Perry from Wayne. There was a tie for 6th place, Benji of South Point and Davis of Spring Valley. In 5th place, Roach of South Point. In 4th place, Dangus from Portsmouth. In 3rd place, Steele from Fairland. In 2nd place, Richardson from Portsmouth. And in 1st place, with a time of 13.3 seconds, from Ironton, Polly.
And they are there on the track. Those three are there. They are ready to roll. Clayton, Kraft, and Gauze. Our fastest entry in the boys 100 is Talon Parker. Talon Parker is entered at 11:28. And then you have Tyson Hall and Owen Chafin entered there. So if any of you are familiar with football, as well as Charlie Large, they make a majority of that heat there. Might have heard their names a lot in the fall. They also do track in the spring. It'll be fun to watch those guys. Would you believe that it's ironic that they're all running backs? I find that kind of wild. Hall plays some DB. I know he just committed to play at Kentucky Christian University. Probably going to do some track down there as well. I know that Owen Chafin is going to go up to Morgantown. Talon Parker still got a little bit of time. I know he's visited some places such as Ohio State. Got some Mid-American Conference schools on his radar as well, so it'll be fun to see where he goes. But for now, there's no pads. It's all on the track here for those guys. We got this first heat in the blocks. Our starter, Mr. Dave Lockhart, is ready to get him rolling. And we're out clean here. Clayton, Kraft, and Gauze. Gauze to the lead. Gauze will take section 1 of the 100 here. He is followed by his teammate, and then Kraft of Fairland in third. That's your boys' first section there. Gauze, Clayton, Kraft was the order. And the second heat is up now on the track, getting their marks and in the blocks. We have Logan Walsh of Chesapeake in 1, Derek Lucas of Colgrove in 2, Cameron Harless of Chesapeake in 3, Braden Malone of Rock Hill in 4, Chris Slash of South Point in 5, and Gerald Scott of Gallia in 6. Walsh, Lucas, Harless, Malone, Slash, and Scott. This makes up our second heat of the boys' 100-meter dash, and we'll have 2 sections to go after that. Section 2 off here. And your early leader is Harless of Chesapeake there. Harless of Chesapeake, he is not looking back. Harless wins your second heat there of the boys 100. Heat 3 getting ready now. We have Tyson Lewis of Rock Hill, John Higgins of Ironton, Austin Storms of Colgrove, Dean Isaac of Wayne, Justin Day of Gallia, and Derek McCarty taking on lane 6, your third section of the boys 100, about to get underway here. Heat 3 underway. Pretty close here as we move, and now there's a slight lead taken there. And let's see who it's going to be at the tape. It's really close to call. That is too close to call from our angle here. I want to say it was Higgins of Ironton. However, Storms had the early lead, and he might have held on. We'll have to wait and see who won that one. It looked from our point of view to be Higgins of Ironton. All right, here's our final section on the track. We have O'Marion Martin of Portsmouth, Ethan Bowes of Wayne, Talon Parker of Portsmouth, Tyson Hall of Spring Valley, Owen Chafin of Spring Valley, and Charlie Large of Ironton. Parker, your fastest entrant at 11:28, closely followed there by Tyson Hall at 11:33. Let's see what they can do here. I want to say that the 100 record here at the Lions Club is held by Robbie Isaacs, although I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain it is Robbie Isaacs. Those of you remember Robbie in his many track events and all-state accolades he had there, as well as playing some football too. And we've got a couple runouts completed here. Starters calling them back. It's showtime here underway. After this, we'll have the girls 4x2. We have 2 sections of the girls 4x2, then the boys 4x2.
The results of the boys 100-meter dash. In 8th place, Dean of Wayne. 7th place, Harless of Chesapeake. In 6th place, Martin of Portsmouth. In 5th place, Large from Ironton. In 4th place, Chafin of Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Bowens of Wayne. 2nd place, Parker from Portsmouth. And in 1st place with a time of 11.2 seconds from Spring Valley, Tyson Hall.
The girls 4x2 will be on the track. Section 1 of 2. In lane 2 is Ironton. Lane 3 is Rock Hill. Lane 4 is Spring Valley. Ironton, Rock Hill, Spring Valley. That's the first section of 2 in the girls 4x200-meter relay. Ready to get underway here in the girls 4x200-meter relay, our first of 2 sections. Off clean. So the 4x2 is 800 meters in total. It will be 2 laps around. We'll have the exchanges. Again, we have 2 sections of this for the girls. And I believe we have 2 for the boys.
The results of the girls' pole vault. In 8th place, Hegemeyer of Chesapeake. In 7th place, Jordan of Portsmouth. There was a tie for 5th place, Spencer of Portsmouth and Scott of Rock Hill. There was a tie for 3rd place, Neil of Rock Hill and Queen of Gaia Academy. In 2nd place, Polly of Chesapeake. And in 1st place, with a vault of 8 feet, 3 inches, Emma Marshall from Fairland. The results of the girls' long jump. In 8th place, Lewis of Spring Valley. 7th place, Anderson of Chesapeake. 6th place, Hegemeyer of Chesapeake. In 5th place, Reynolds from Wayne. In 4th place, Marshall from Fairland. In 3rd place, Crawley from South Point. In 2nd place, Calvin from Portsmouth. And in 1st place with a jump of 15 feet 4.5 inches from Portsmouth, Minton. The results of the girls' shot. In 8th place, Fletcher from Chesapeake. In 7th place, James from Gaia Academy. In 6th place, Greco from Fairland. 5th place, Chartman from Portsmouth. In 4th place, Lithicum from Ironton. 3rd place, Wilburn from Raceland. 2nd place, Hall from Ironton. And in 1st place, with a throw of 31 feet 9 3/4 inches from Portsmouth, Rickett. 100-meter relay.
Second section here, the girls 4x2. Up on the track, we have Chesapeake in 1, South Point in 2, Gaia Academy in 3, Fairland in 4, Portsmouth in 5, and Wayne in 6. This makes up our second section of the girls 4x2. We'll have 2 sections of the boys promptly following it as well. Chesapeake, South Point, Gaia. Ready to get underway here.
Second call, girls discus. Second call, girls discus. Third and final. The results of the girls' high jump. 1600-meter run. Yes. Second call. The girls' high jump. 1600-meter run. In 8th place, Crawley from South Point. In 7th place, McGraw of Rock Hill. In 6th place, Bright of Gaia Academy. In 5th place, Barnes of Gaia Academy. In 4th place, Hatton from Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Sharp from South Point. In 2nd place, Marshall from Fairland. And in 1st place, with a jump of 4 feet 10 inches from Portsmouth, Megan Calvin. The results of the boys' discus. In 8th place, Stapleton of Colgrove. In 7th place, Thacker of South Point. In 6th place, Schreer from Spring Valley. In 5th place, Humphreys from Ironton. In 4th place, Starnes from Gallia Academy. In 2nd place, McGinnis of Rock Hill. And in 1st place with a throw of 151 feet, 1 inch from Spring Valley, Doug Nestor.
Results of the girls 4x200 meter relay. In 8th place, Ironton. In 7th place, Spring Hill. In 7th place, Spring Valley. Sorry about that. In 6th place, Rock Hill. There we go. In 5th place, Portsmouth. In 4th place, South Point. In 3rd place, Chesapeake. In 2nd place, Fairland. And in 1st place, with a time of 1 minute, 57 seconds, the ladies from Gallia Academy.
Up next on the track is the boys' first section of the boys 4x2. We have Ironton in 2, South Point in 3, Chesapeake in 4, and Fairland in 5. Those 4 teams make up our first of 2 sections. Getting underway here shortly. It was Gallia taking the last section for the women. We're out here clean. Ironton, South Point, Chesapeake, and Fairland. It might look deceiving as one team might be in the lead. However, they have to make up the stagger. Where there are staggers in the lanes. It's all 400 meters around, but it's a little deceiving as the stagger is made up through the first part of certain races. Also appears that Fairland is not in this heat, so it's Ironton, South Point, and Chesapeake. Fairland not present.
The results of the boys discus. In 8th place, Stapleton of Colgrove. In 7th place, Thacker of South Point. In 6th place, Schreer from Spring Valley. In 5th place, Humphreys from Ironton. In 4th place, Starnes from Gallia Academy. In 2nd place, McGinnis of Rock Hill. And in 1st place with a throw of 151 feet, 1 inch from Spring Valley, Doug Nestor. The results of the boys' long jump. In 8th place, Crum of Tulsa. In 7th place, Keeney from Colgrove. In 6th place, McCarty from South Point. In 5th place, Parker from Portsmouth. In 4th place, Higgins from Ironton. In 3rd place, Harless from Chesapeake. In 2nd place, Purdy from Portsmouth. And in 1st place, with a jump of 20 feet, 5.5 inches, from Spring Valley, Tyson Hall.
Our second section ready to get underway here. Our second section of the boys 4x2. We have Colgrove in 1, Gallia in 2, Wayne in 3, Portsmouth in 4, Spring Valley in 5, Rock Hill in 6. This is our boys 4x2 final section, and then we'll move on to the girls 1,600 meter run and the boys 1,600 meter run. Moving on to the 1,600 after the conclusion of this boys 4x2. Last year's Lion Club champion Kelsey Hagermeyer from Chesapeake is in this section. And will she defend her Lions Club crown? We will see. She made the state meet last year in Division 3. So it'll be interesting to see. Williamson also ran that great leadoff leg for Wayne in the 4x8. She's entered as well. McKenna Panel of Fairland's in it. She's placed high and made the cross-country state meet and has won OVC title, school record holder there at Fairland. Cameron Miller also in it. She's had her fair share of OVC runs and high placement. So this one's stocked pretty full for an earlier season meet in the girls' 1,600 meter run. It'll be fun to see Williamson, Hagermeyer, Panel, and Miller there, who will take it. But for now, the boys 4x2 second section, the fast section, is about to get underway. And they're off.
Third and final call, boys, 1,600 meter run. Third and final call, boys, 1,600 meter run. Third call, girls discus.
First exchange is clean for all those involved. Gallia looks like we might have had a little hamstring flare up there. It didn't look good for him. We hope all is well. Heading into the second exchange, Portsmouth has taken over the lead from Rock Hill here. Here we go on the backstretch. It's Portsmouth with the lead. Spring Valley's in second. They're being overtaken by Colgrove. Portsmouth clean into the final exchange. Colgrove into second. Oh, took a tumble there. Everyone still stayed on their feet. No red flags up. All clear still. Looks to be Caden Davis on the anchor here for the Portsmouth Trojans as they will take the win. Spring Valley in second. Gallia will be third. Rock Hill will be fourth. Colgrove will finish in fifth. Up next on the track, the girls' 1,600-meter run. We have Olivia Lewis of Fairland, Grace Simpson of South Point, Cameron Miller of Rock Hill, Claudia Gist of Spring Valley, Alyssa Markson of Gallia, Emily Williamson of Wayne, True Pancake of Rock Hill, Jessica Dillon of Chesapeake, Kelsey Hagemeyer of Chesapeake, Zoe Runyon of Spring Valley, Courtney Stottridge of Portsmouth, McKenna Panel of Fairland, Abby Browning of Wayne, Mackenzie Moran, she is entered. She is a Class A West Virginia State champion. Gonzaga commit for soccer as well. She's been entered from St. Joe. Jenna Edwards from Portsmouth, and Corin Truntz of Gallia, rounding out this very, very deep girls 1,600-meter field here. A lot of competitors with a lot of success. Let's see who wins. Will Hagemeyer defend her crown from last year? The girls' 1,600-meter run is underway. They will stay in lanes until the backstretch there, and then they will cut over through the break line and all file into lane one. It's only a one-lane stagger, not as far as it was in the 4x800-meter relay. And as we hit the break, it appears to be Hagermeyer and Miller to the front. Hagermeyer, Miller pressing two Fairland girls in second.
There we go. In fifth place, Portsmouth. In fourth place, South Point. In third place, Chesapeake. In second place,
The results of the
Fairland.
boys' high
And in
jump.
first place,
In
with a
eighth
time
place,
of 1
Duff
minute,
from
57
Portsmouth.
seconds.
In seventh
The
place,
ladies from Gallia
Holmes
Academy.
from Colgrove. In sixth place, Music from Colgrove. In fifth place, there was a tie for fourth, actually. Hacker of Ironton and Blur of Gallia Academy. In third place, Ellis of Spring Valley. In second place, Harris from Fairland. And in first place with a jump of 6 feet 5 inches from Spring Valley, Andrew Ball. The results of the boys' shot put. In seventh place, Adkins of Wayne. The correction in the boys' shot put. In eighth place, Workman of South Point. In seventh place, Adkins of Wayne. In sixth place, Setzer of Tulsa. In fifth place, Starnes of Gallia Academy. In fourth place, Stapleton of Colgrove. In third place, Humphreys of Ironton. In second place, McGinnis of Rock Hill. And in first place, with the throw of 50 feet 3 inches from Spring Valley, Doug Nestor. The results of the boys' pole vault. In eighth place, Taylor of South Point. In seventh place, Little from Gallia Academy. There was a tie for third place. Kissinger from South Point, Harrison from Ironton, Chapman from Ironton, and Duncan from Galley Academy. In second place, Wheeler from Cold Grove, and in first place with a vault of 10 feet, Brady Wilson from Chesapeake.
All right, here we go. Williamson was not present, nor was Moran. Hagermeyer being very closely followed by Panel into the last 100. Here we go. Fairland Chesapeake battle. Who will reply? Oh, Panel going wide. Panel going wide. Can she hold her? And it appears that Panel will take. That could be close. Miller in third. Stretch here. Olivia Lewis of Fairland with just enough on the home stretch.
The results of the girls' 1,600-meter run. In 8th place, Pancake of Rock Hill. In 7th place, Simpson of South Point. In 6th place, Runyon from Spring Valley. In 5th place, Edwards from Portsmouth. In 4th place, Lewis from Fairland. In 3rd place, Miller of Rock Hill. 2nd place, Hagemeyer from Chesapeake. And in 1st place with a time of 5 minutes 45 seconds from Fairland, McKenna Panel.
Your boys' 1,600-meter run is underway now. They will run the one-turn staggers just like the girls did. They'll come through the cones and break. Your leader early on appears to be Ball from Spring Valley. And we have a pretty deep field here, so they'll be sorting themselves out. Ball with the early lead. He appears to be followed by Miller of Rock Hill, Kamler of Portsmouth, Clark of Portsmouth, LaFawn of Fairland. They're all filing in there.
In 6th place, Chesapeake. In 5th place, Rock Hill. In 4th place, Ironton. In 3rd place, Galley Academy. In 2nd place, Spring Valley. And in 1st place, with a time of 1 minute 35 seconds, the gentleman from Portsmouth. Call boys 400 4x100 meter relay, and first call girls 400 meter dash.
Go, Jacqueline!
And we're 3 wide with about 200 to go here. Rock Hill, Portsmouth, Fairland. Rock Hill with the lead here. That was Baker there, followed by Kamler and LaFawn closely. Your top 3 there made for a really interesting mile. Around 4:37. 3. After this, we'll have our first section of 2 in the girls 4x1.
The results of the boys' 1,600-meter run. In 8th place, Miller of Rock Hill. 7th place, Basenbach from Wayne. 6th place, French from Colgrove. In 5th place, Clark from Portsmouth. In 4th place, Ball from Spring Valley. In 3rd place, LaFawn from Fairland. In 2nd place, Kamler from Portsmouth. And in 1st place with a time of 4 minutes, 37 seconds from Rock Hill, Eli Baker.
Your first section of the girls 4x100-meter relay, you have Fairland in lane 2, Spring Valley in lane 3, Portsmouth in lane 4. Fairland, Spring Valley, and Portsmouth, your first of 2 in the 4x1 for the girls. The exchange zones are ready for our first heat of the 4x1. Now our starters calling them into the blocks. And we're off. 1 of 2. It'll be interesting to see who leads through the first exchange here. And that appears to be Spring Valley out to the first exchange, and they're clean. Portsmouth and Fairland very close. Fairland overtaking Portsmouth. Spring Valley with a commanding lead here in the 4x1. We'll have a second section after this. Spring Valley still leading. Our order hasn't changed. Still 1, 2, 3. Spring Valley increasing the lead on Fairland. Fairland increasing the lead on Portsmouth. Into the home stretch is Spring Valley. Fairland making up a great deal of ground. And for Spring Valley, that is Jordan Hatton. The senior will anchor home the Timberwolves to win Heat 1 of 2. Fairland second, Portsmouth third.
Lane assignment for the second section of the girls
Section
4x100
2,
meter
we'll have Chesapeake in 1, Rock Hill in 2, Ironton in 3, South Point in 4, Gallia in 5, and Wayne in 6.
Lane 3,
These 6
Ironton.
teams make up our
Lane
second
4,
of
South
2
Point.
heats in the 4x1,
Lane 5,
and then we'll have
Gallia
Heat 1
Academy.
of
Lane
the boys
6,
4x1 promptly after.
The results of the girls 4x100 meter relay. In 8th place, Portsmouth. 7th place, Wayne. In 6th place, Rock Hill. 5th place, Spring Valley. In 4th place, Chesapeake. In 3rd place, South Point. In 2nd place, Gallia Academy. And in 1st place with a time of 52.4 seconds, the ladies from Ironton.
So our final exchange here, Ironton is leading. They're closely followed by Gallia. South Point pulling up on Gallia, but Ironton, your runaway leader here. Ironton will take first. Chesapeake moving up on South Point, and they will not quite get Gallipolis, but they will move up. That's your girls 4x1. Ironton with a pretty solid relay there, looking good for this time of year. And now we got the boys coming up. In the 4x1, your first heat is Tulsa in 1, South Point in 2, Rock Hill in 3, Chesapeake in 4, and Fairland in 5. 5 teams in the first of 2 sections for your boys 4x100 meter relay. Into the final exchange here. We have Chesapeake, but now Tulsa moving up. Tulsa overtaking the lead. Tulsa, Chesapeake, we're almost dead even. From our angle, it's a little hard to tell. South Point up the middle. South Point, the surprise winner there from last to first. Really good anchor leg there by Point to take your first section. Derek McCarty there really carrying the pointers. In our second section, we'll have 6 teams, so it'll be a full house. We'll have Wayne in 1, Spring Valley in 2, Portsmouth in 3, Gallia in 4, Coalgrove in 5, and Ironton in 6. So a lot of those big guys we saw in the Open 100 coming back for this 4x1. After the 4x1, we will run our 3 heats of the girls 400. Boys 4x1, fast section taking the track now.
The results of the boys 4x100 meter relay. In 8th place, Tulsa. 7th place, South Point. 6th place, Chesapeake. 5th place, Coalgrove. 4th place, Gallia Academy. 3rd place, Ironton. 2nd place, Spring Valley. And with a time of 44.9 seconds, the gentleman from Portsmouth.
And that is Portsmouth taking the boys 4x1, followed by Spring Valley. Portsmouth in the 4x1, winning the boys' second heat there. On the track for the girls, first of 3 sections in the 400 in lane 1, you have Chloe Hayes of Chesapeake, Ashley Howard of Rock Hill, Ashanti Richardson of Portsmouth, Allie Hinchman of Spring Valley, Hannah Shavers of Ironton, and Maya Barlow of St. Joe. Lanes 1 through 6, a full house for the first of 3 sections in the girls' 400 meter dash. Up next on the track. Ashanti Richardson, your early leader here after about 130 meters in the girls' 400. After this section, we'll have sections are full. All 6 lanes are taken up. 18 competitors in this girls' 400 meter dash. Richardson still leading.
The results of the girls 4x100 meter relay. In 8th place, Portsmouth. 7th
And now as she rounds the turn,
6th place, Rock Hill.
coming for home,
5th place, Spring Valley.
it
In
is
4th
Richardson
place,
of
Chesapeake.
Portsmouth.
In 3rd place, South Point. In 2nd place, Gallia Academy. And in 1st place with a time of 50.
The battle for second is now heating up, as that's Hinchman and Howard. Hinchman and Howard. Howard pulling away. Richardson will take your first heat of the girls' 400. Hinchman and Howard battling. We had some open lanes there. And it is Howard over Hinchman in the girls' 400 there. Richardson was your winner from Portsmouth. Section 2, up next on the track, it's Emma Blake of Chesapeake. Pilar Ortego of Gallia. Callie Thacker of Ironton. Kylie Riggs of South Point. Taylor Fassemeyer from Gallia, and True Pancake of Rock Hill in lane 6. Blake, Ortego, Thacker, Riggs, Fassemeyer, Pancake make up your section 2 of 3 in the girls' 400. Up next on the track. Riggs, your early leader at 200 meters here, closely followed by Ortego of Gallia. Ortego is following, and then Fassemeyer and Thacker battling at the other end, rounding the turn here. Coming into the home stretch. We'll see if Riggs can hold off Ortego. Ortego pulling up. She is now overtaken Riggs. Ortego looking nice and strong. Correction, that's Fasemeyer. Fasemeyer takes that heat. Fasemeyer. And then Riggs. And our third and final heat up on the track, we'll have Lainey Milam of Spring Valley, Olivia Queen of Wayne, Allie Marshall of Fairland, Catherine Dean of Wayne, Julia White of Fairland, and Lauren Dundas of Portsmouth in lane 6. Our third and final heat. Up next will be our first of 4 sections in the boys 400-meter dash. And the last 120 here, Queen of Wayne leading Marshall of Fairland into the home stretch. Queen with the lead. Marshall is in second. Marshall showing a strong move. Can Queen hold her off here into the home stretch? And it looks like Queen's gonna hold her. Very close battle between Queen and Marshall. There are your top 2 in that final section, and most likely your top 2 overall. Up next, section 104 in the boys 400, we have Barlow of St. Joe, Wolf of Wayne, and Atkins of Wayne, lanes 2, 3, and 4. They make up our first of 4 sections. Barlow, Wolf, Atkins. Up next on the track, first of 4 sections of the boys 400 meters. We're off here. Oh, we're going 4 wide. Looks like we've done some heat combining here. Ball pulls up. Chesapeake in 1, Johnson of South Point in 2, Seitz of Gallia in 3, Griffiths of Gallia in 4, Bowen of Spring Valley in 5. Vince down from 4 originally to 3.
Final call, girls high jump. Third and final call, girls high jump. The results of the boys high jump. In 8th place, Duff.
Through 200 meters, we have a pretty close race here.
Holmes from Coal Grove. In 6th place, Music from Coal Grove. In 5th place, there was a tie for 4th, actually. Hacker of Ironton.
And we got Johnson from South Point. Johnson from South Point. However, you have Williams from Gallia. Williams from Gallia overtakes Johnson. And it's going to be Williams. Pardon me. That is going to be Griffin. Griffin of Gallia overtaking Johnson. That is Griffin of Gallia. Up next is our final heat of the boys 400. We have Williams of Gallia, Wood of Rock Hill, Johnson of Portsmouth, Harris of Fairland, and Pendleton of Portsmouth. They make up our final section. After that, we'll have our first of 2 sections of the girls' 300-meter hurdles. First of two 300-meter hurdle sections up next after our fourth and final heat. Williams, Wood, Johnson, Harris, and Pendleton on the track next.
The results of the boys 400-meter dash. In 8th place, Pendleton from Portsmouth. In 7th place, Ball of Spring Valley. 6th place, Sights of Colgrove. 5th place, Johnson of South Point. 4th place, Griffin from Gallia Academy. In 3rd place, Harris of Fairland. In 2nd place, Wood of Rock Hill. And in 1st place, with a time of 50.5 seconds from Portsmouth, Eugene Johnson.
That was Johnson of Portsmouth edging out Wood of Rock. A fun battle to watch over the next few weeks at the Ohio Valley Conference Championship. Next up on the track is our first of two sections for the girls' 300-meter hurdles. We're supposed to have Moran of St. Joe in 1, Barnett of Rock Hill in 2, Eggers of Gallia in 3, Painter of Spring Valley in 4, and Hopsville of Rock Hill in lane 5. Lanes 1 through 5 make up your first section of the girls' 300-meter hurdles as soon as the hurdle crew puts the hurdles out on the track. Starting to rain a little bit here, but that's not slowing down these girls in our first of two sections in the 300-meter hurdles. Our early leader here is Barnett of Rock Hill. Moran is a no-show in this race. Barnett of Rock Hill, still your early leader. She's got one hurdle to go, and she will wrap up the first heat. She's followed by Eggers there. And they will go 1-2 in our first. Up next is two of the girls. Ireland. Ben Jordan of Portsmouth, Chloe Minton of Portsmouth, Aisha Sharp of South Point, Olivia White of Fairland, and Brooklyn Hill in lane 6 from Gallia. Booth, Jordan, Minton. The girls' 100-meter hurdles. At the conclusion of their race, the hurdle crew will readjust the hurdle settings, and we will get underway with our first of three.
The results of the girls' 300-meter hurdles. In 8th place, Holsaver from Rock Hill. 7th place, Booth from Fairland. In 6th place, Jordan from Portsmouth. In 5th place, Eggers from Gallia Academy. In 4th place, Barnett from Rock Hill. In 3rd place, Sharp of South Point. In 2nd place, White of Fairland. And in 1st place with a time of 53.4 seconds from Portsmouth, Chloe Minton.
We'll have Andrew Carnes of St. Joe in 1, Trent Hacker in 2 from Ironton, Blake Skidmore from Gallia in 3, Chase Webb of Chesapeake in 4, Landon Preston of Chesapeake in 5. Carnes, Hacker, Skidmore, Webb, and Preston. Your first of three heats of the boys 300 as soon as our hurdle crew gets us set up and ready to roll here. About halfway here, it appears that Landon Preston is our early leader. Trent Hacker is pulling up on him from Ironton into the home stretch here. Hacker making up ground. Hacker now overtaking the lead. Hacker followed by Preston. And moving up quickly is Skidmore from Gallia. Hacker, if he clears this one safely, will win the heat. Hacker will take it. Followed by Skidmore. And then Landon Preston. That's your first of 3 sections. Section 2 up next on the track. McPherson of Rock Hill. Call of Portsmouth. Hicks of Colgrove. Hunter Brewer of Fairland. Yeoman of Spring Valley. And Josh Brewer of Fairland in lane 6. Full house here. McPherson, Call, Hicks, Hunter Brewer, Yeoman, Josh Brewer. Section 2 of 3 in the 300 hurdles up next. All right, and Brewer leading this section here. He will take it. That was Hunter Brewer, followed by Yeoman, defeating his brother as well. And our third and final section, getting up on the track, McLaurin in lane 1 of Portsmouth, Jankovic of South Point in 2, Slash of South Point in 3, Kidd of Rock Hill in 4, Hill of Gallia in 5, and Greg Keeney of Colgrove in 6. A little OVC preview here in this final section of the 300 hurdles for the boys. After this section of the 300 hurdles, we will move to the girls' 800-meter run, one section of it, and one section of the boys' 800-meter run. Girls 800 up next after we clear the hurdles, this fast section of the boys' 300-meter hurdles. Here we go. We've got a battle already coming down here. This is Kidd. Kidd leading over. He's seeking redemption from the earlier race. He is moving. Kidd is your leader into this. He is followed by McLaurin of Portsmouth. McLaurin of Portsmouth trying to close down on Kidd. Kidd holding, McLaurin closing. Who has it this last 50 meters? Kidd is clear. McLaurin isn't going to catch him. Kidd, McLaurin, they'll 1-2 in this final and fast section of the boys' 300-meter hurdles.
To the boys' 300-meter hurdles. In 8th place, Preston of Chesapeake. In 7th place, Skidmore of Gallia Academy. In 6th place, Keeney of Colgrove. In 5th place, Hacker of Ironton. In 4th place, Yeoman of Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Brewer from Fairland. In 2nd place, McLaurin of Portsmouth. And in 1st place with a time of 42.7 seconds from Rock Hill, Gabe Kidd.
As soon as they clear these hurdles, we'll get the girls on the track for our one section of the 800-meter run. We'll have Johnson of Gallia, Runyon of Spring Valley, Dillon of Chesapeake, Hagemeyer, Davis of Ironton, Witt of South Point, Marshall of Fairland, Workman of Wayne, Milam of Spring Valley, Wallace of Wayne, Edwards of Portsmouth, that is Jenna, and then we'll have Sydney Edwards, also of Portsmouth. We'll have Hamilton of Gallia, Rust from Ironton, Day from Rock Hill, Hall from Fairland, Huberlin of Rock Hill. Moran is also entered into the 800. This is our one and only final section of the girls' 800-meter run. They will be followed by our one and only section of the boys' 800 as well.
And Duncan from Gallia Academy. In 2nd place, Wheeler from Colgrove. And in 1st place, with a vault of 10 feet, Brady Wilson from Chesapeake.
We have a pretty tight race here. Coming around, it looks to be Hagermeyer in the lead. She's closely followed by, I believe that's Brooke Hamilton from Gallia and Marshall from Fairland. They move up the backstretch here. Also Edwards with a move from Portsmouth.
No, Emma, no. Loosen up and go.
Third and final call, girls 200-meter dash. Second call, boys 200-meter dash. First call, girls 3,200-meter run. The results of the girls' 800-meter run. In 8th place, Edwards of Portsmouth, Jenna Edwards. In 7th place, Sydney Edwards of Portsmouth. In 6th place, Hamilton of Gallia Academy. In 5th place, Davis from Ironton. In 4th place, Marshall from Fairland. In 3rd place, Queen of Wayne. In 2nd place, Johnson of Gallia Academy. And in 1st place with a time of 2 minutes 34.8 seconds from Chesapeake, Kelsey Hagermeyer.
Track, we have Monroe of Ironton, Badgett of South Point, Fields from Colgrove of Fairland, Basenback of Wayne, McCoy from Gallia, Victor Aguilera from Rock Hill, Aiden Kamler from Portsmouth, Ian Hicks from Chesapeake, Jacob McLeod of Chesapeake, Eli Baker from Rock Hill, Spencer Monteville from Spring Valley, John Nelson from Portsmouth, Alex Tracy from St. Joe, Luke Tyree from South Point, Colton Kuhn from Colgrove, Jaden Dunlap from Gallia, William Harrison from Ironton, Trent Fuller from Spring Valley, Marcus Tabor from Wayne. They make our only section of the boys 800. Once they finish, we'll do our first of 4 sections for the girls 200. Boys 800 meters up next. Boys 800 here. They're off and moving. 2 Rock Hill boys setting a quicker pace. LaFawn from Fairland moving up on the inside. Also Kamler moving up as well. A lot of your perennial local distance kids that you'll hear here. Rock Hill, Portsmouth, Fairland. Aguilera, LaFawn, Baker. Through 300 as they take the cut. We'll see what unfolds here on the backstretch when the racing really heats up. Into the bend here, Aguilera leads LaFawn. He's followed by Kamler. Kamler trying to follow LaFawn, trying to dig. It'll be an interesting last 100. Can Aguilera hold on?
The results of the boys.
Aguilera will take the win. In second, LaFawn. Third, Kamler.
The results of the boys' 800-meter run. In 8th place, Harrison of Ironton. In 7th place, Badgett of South Point. In 6th place, Baker of Rock Hill. In 5th place, Monroe of Ironton. In 4th place, Tyree of South Point. In 3rd place, Kemmler from Portsmouth. In 2nd place, LaFawn from Fairland. And in 1st place, with a time of 2 minutes 4 seconds, from Rock Hill, Victor Aguilera.
And we're off and moving here in our first of 2 sections. From St. Joe show, so we have Michaels and Williamson in the girls 200. After this, of Rock Hill in 5, as our 2 Wayne girls are battling here. And it looks like Michaels will hold off Williamson. Looks like Mike getting ready to get on the track. They're already standing at their blocks. Our starter is ready. Heat 2 of 4 up next. Here we go, rounding the bend in Heat 2. I believe that is Fasemeyer in the lead there. Fasemeyer closely followed by Hagemeyer.
Third and final call for the boys 200 meters.
Is going to take this heat. Hagemeyer in second. Our third is up and ready to roll on the track there. We have Delaney Davis from Spring Valley, Blake Anderson from Chesapeake, Chloe Minton of Portsmouth, Michaela Scott from Rock Hill, Lauren Donuts of Portsmouth, and Neil Benji from South Point. Ooh. Heat 3, we're off. Coming around the bend, it's still a pretty close race there. That is Michaela Scott with an early lead, but she's closely being crept up on there. That is Davis of Spring Valley pole vaulting into the lead. Davis of Spring Valley, she's going to hold on and win this heat. Delaney Davis wins Heat 3. Up next is Section 4. In Lane 1, we have Zoe Lewis of Spring Valley, Kayleigh Montgomery in Lane 2 from South Point, Allie Marshall in Lane 3, Lori Griffiths in 4, Julia White from Fairland in 5, and Erica Collins in Lane 6 from Ironton.
In 4th place,
We will promptly get started on our first of 4 heats of the boys 200-meter final. 4 heats of girls, 4 heats of boys. Your 4th and fastest heat about to take off in the girls 200-meter dash. Section 4 is out clean. Here we go. Once again, after this, we have 4 heats of the boys 200. If you're a fan of the 200, these 8 heats. Halfway through them, it's Allie Marshall in the lead now. She's gaining. She's moving there. She's got a strong lead with about 30 to go. Your winner will be Allie Marshall, the senior from Fairland. Allie Marshall takes Section 4 and most likely the meet here at the Lions Club Invitational.
The results of the girls 200-meter dash: in 8th place, Anderson of Chesapeake. In 7th place, Steele from Fairland. In 6th place, Donges from Portsmouth. In 5th place, Davis from Spring Valley. In 4th place, Lewis from Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Griffiths from Ironton. In 2nd place, Collins from Ironton. And in 1st place, with a time of 27.2 seconds, from Fairland, Allie Marshall.
Now up with boys. First heat in Lane 2, Chris Slash from South Point, Caden Kraft in 3 from Fairland, Austin Gauss from Tulsa in 4. And in Lane 5, we have Philip Ignatius from Huntington St. Joe. Slash, Kraft, Gauss, Ignatius in your first of 4 sections. You're rock and rolling. Early leader. That is going to be Slash from South Point. Slash driving it home. Slash is going to easily take this first heat of the boys 200. Chris Slash from South looking strong. Your second section about to get underway here. William Spalding in lane 1 from Tulsa. Walker Clay from South Point in 2. Tristan Christenberry from Gallia in 3. Logan Wall from Chesapeake in 4. Nelson Bowler from Ironton in 5. And Ben Chapman also from Ironton in lane 6. Full house coming at you here in just a second. And a clean start. Section 2. And it's a pretty tight battle here. It's going to be Walsh from Chesapeake. Walsh from Colgrove in lane 6. Williams, McCoy, Kidd, Seitz, Harless, Instorms, lane 3 of 4, heat 3 of 4. Our fastest seat time in this meet is Tyson Hall, 23.62. He won the 100-meter earlier. Let's see if he pulls off the double and wins the Open 200 as well. We'll find out right after heat 3. It's up next. Our final heat is out clean here, the fast heat, and everyone is in it. No scratches, all 6 are in this. Will Parker get revenge on Hall, or will Hall pull off the double? Or will we have someone else with a surprise? Parker's gonna take it. Parker avenges his loss in the 100 to take the 200-meter crown here.
The results of the boys 200-meter dash. In 8th place, Seitz of Colgrove. In 7th place, Owens of Wayne. In 6th place, Bowens of Wayne. In 5th place, Harless of Chesapeake. In 4th place, Chafin of Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Wood of Rock Hill. In 2nd place, Parker of Portsmouth. And in 1st place, with a time of 23.1 seconds from Spring Valley, Tyson Hall.
The girls' 3,200-meter run. It'll be 8 laps. We'll have Jenna Edwards from Portsmouth, Perez Inez from Gallia, Bettina Jeffers from Spring Valley, Hannah Workman from Wayne, Cameron Miller from Rock Hill, Courtney Stockridge from Portsmouth, Haley Fuller from Fairland, Madison Connolly from Gallia. We'll have Abby Browning from Wayne, Ashley Howard from Rock Hill, and Katie Fleming from Fairland. And these ladies make up your girls' 3,200-meter run. Up next on the track. Last year, I believe Cameron Miller was second in this race. She's the fastest returning runner from last year's race here, as panel only elected to run the mile from Fairland, as she was our 2-mile winner last year. So will Cameron Miller get herself a win here in the 3,200? We'll stay tuned as they break on that backstretch through the cones. She's closely being followed by Fuller and then Fleming. Our girls' 3,200-meter run is off and rolling here. We'll check in periodically, update you on some moves, and get our eventual champion here. Once again, Cameron Miller, your fastest returner from last year.
Points. In 8th place, Wayne with 33 points. There's a tie for 6th place. Rock Hill and South Point both have 36.5 points. In 5th place, Ironton with 39 points. Academy with 58.5 points. In second place, Fairland with 94 points. And in first place, Portsmouth with 99 points. That's after 12 completed events in the girls division. 27.5 for 8th place is South Point. 7th place, 30 points for Fairland. In 6th place, Ironton with 47.5 points. In 5th place, Gaia Academy with 5,300 points. Just a reminder, this evening we will be giving a championship trophy as well as a runner-up. We will also be presenting a trophy this evening that is a combined trophy. It's the J. Jeff Holly Memorial Trophy. It will be awarded to the team with the highest combined girls and boys score. Jeff Holly ran track for Fairland. The results of the girls' 200-meter dash: in 8th place, Anderson of Chesapeake. In 7th place, Steele from Fairland. In 6th place, Donges from Portsmouth. In 5th place, Davis from Spring Valley. In 4th place, Lewis from
here. She's got about a 70-meter lead or so on Fuller from Fairland in second. Cameron Miller out here by herself, looking pretty strong. She's our leader, a little over halfway here in the girls 32. Up next will be the 32. Cameron Miller, your leader at the Lions Club 3,200-meter run.
The results of the boys' 800-meter run: in 8th place, Harrison of Ironton. In 7th place, Badgett of South Point. In 6th place, Baker of Rock Hill. In 5th place, Monroe of Ironton. In 4th place, Tyree of South Point. In 3rd place, Cam. In 4th place, Chafin of Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Wood of Rock Hill. In 2nd place, Parker of Portsmouth. And in 1st place, with a time of 23.1 seconds from Spring Valley, Tyson Hall. High jump area immediately.
Cameron Miller, your winner of the girls 3,200. And second place is Haley Fuller from Fairland. So Cameron Miller, your champion of the girls 3,200-meter run. Runner-up, Haley Fuller of Fairland.
The results of the girls' 3,200-meter run: in 8th place, Inez from Gaia Academy. In 7th place, Carrico from Fairland. In 6th place, Howard from Rock Hill. In 5th place, Browning from Wayne. In 4th place, Edwards from Portsmouth. In 3rd place, Jeffers from Spring Valley. In 2nd place, Fuller from Fairland. And in 1st place, with a time of 12 minutes, 59 seconds from Rock Hill, Cameron Miller.
have a packed house for it as well. We have Ryan Goodson from South Point, Elijah Snyder from Chesapeake, Daniel Clark from Portsmouth, Nicholas Sheets from Gallia, Aiden Kamler from Portsmouth, Dylan French from Colgrove, Logan Boggs from Rock Hill, Jeffrey Sparks from Colgrove, Hunter Blagg from Rock Hill, Ethan Lawler from Gallia, Jake Marshall of Fairland, and Alex Adkins from Wayne. These are your entries in the boys 2 mile. On paper, your favorite is Aiden Kamler from Portsmouth. And we have an issue here. Mr. Starter's ready to get him rolling. We'll bring him back up and reset him. And we're off clean that time. No false starts in any of the sprints, but an issue in the 2 mile. Something rarely seen in track and field. See is Aiden Kamler from Portsmouth. He's already ran the 1600 and the 800. We'll see what he's got left here, or will be his teammate Daniel Clark in the boys' 3,200 meter run.
Place, Browning from Wayne. In 4th place, Edwards from Portsmouth. In 3rd place, Jeffers from Spring Valley. In 2nd place, Fuller from Fairland. And in 1st place with a time of 12 minutes, 59 seconds from Rock Hill, Cameron Miller.
Kamler is your leader. He's closely followed by his teammate Daniel Clark. Portsmouth trying to go 1-2 here as Kamler heads down the backstretch and the rain continues to fall. And up next, we'll have our first of 2 sections of the girls 4x4, followed by 2 sections of the boys 4x4. Kamler from Portsmouth and Clark from Portsmouth. 152 meters to go for him. And your winner will be Aiden Kamler from Portsmouth. And Coming down shortly behind him is Daniel Clark, also of Portsmouth. They will go 1-2 in the boys' 3,200-meter run. Followed by Logan Boggs of Rock Hill there in third. Your top three boys in the 3,200-meter run.
The results of the boys' 3,200-meter run. In 8th place, Boggs of Rock Hill. In 7th place, Sheets of Gallia Academy. In 6th place, Marshall from Fairland. In 5th place, Sparks of Colegrove. In 4th place, French of Colegrove. In 3rd place, Blagg of Rock Hill. In 2nd place, Clark of Portsmouth. And in 1st place, with the time of 10 minutes 34 seconds, from Portsmouth, Aiden Kamler.
One up next here on the track as we're walking down the infield, ready to roll for our last girls track event of the evening. In the first section of the 4x4. Portsmouth with a commanding lead here in our first section. Portsmouth looking strong. They're followed by South Point and then Ironton. Section 2 will be up next on the track for the girls. Our second of two sections, the fastest section. Portsmouth appears to be in good hands this first heat of the girls 4x4. South Point has made a big move, 200 meters into this leg, closing the gap on Portsmouth. Will Portsmouth hold on to this lead? South Point with a phenomenal leg here. Into the anchor. That's Emily Witt with the leg from South Point. She'll be handing to Sharp. Will Sharp be able to take down Thomas from Portsmouth? Here we go. Anchor leg. South Point now extending their lead. 4 meters. And a big down the last 2 legs. The Pointers of South Point. It will be
The results of the boys' 3,200-meter run. In 8th place, Boggs of Rock Hill. In 7th place, Sheets of Gallia Academy. In 6th, Sparks
next on the track is our second section. In lane 2 is Fairland. Lane 3, Spring Valley. Lane 4, Wayne. Lane 5, Gallia Academy. Lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the fast heat of the girls 4x4. And then first section of 2 for the boys 4x4 to close out the Chesapeake Lions Club meet for 2019. Section 2 on the track, getting set.
Just a reminder, coaches, this evening we will be presenting a championship trophy as well as runner-up in the boys and the girls division. We also will be presenting the Chesapeake Lions Club Jeff Holly Memorial Trophy. It'll be awarded to the team with the highest combined girls and boys score. Jeff Holly ran track for Fairland in the 1980s and was selected to the OVC track team. And we present this trophy in his honor. The results of the girls 4x400 meter relay. In 7th place, Ironton. In 6th place, South Point. In 5th place, Portsmouth. In 4th place, Gallia Academy. In 2nd place, Spring Valley. And in 1st place, with a time of 4 minutes 33 seconds, the girls from Wayne.
Is Aaron Music, it appears, in the lead here for Colgrove in the boys' first section of the 4x4. Coming in there to win the first section. And they're followed by Wayne, Ironton, and then Chesapeake. You might know Music's name from basketball. Oh. They switched the legs around again. Music was not, he was originally scheduled to be the anchor. He ran that leg and handing off now. Still in a commanding lead. Wayne in second, but Ironton quickly closing down the backstretch. And we'll head into the next exchange. Colgrove still with a big lead. Ironton now making the move to pass Wayne, and they've passed Wayne into the home stretch. This is our first of two sections. Section 2, all 6 lanes are full. It'll be the fast section and a fast way to end the night here. And our finishers starting to file in. Colgrove with the win in that heat. And now we got Chesapeake coming in, followed by Wayne. Next up on the track will be our last track event of the evening, the final section of the boys 4x4. In lane 1, we have Spring Valley. In lane 2, South Point. In lane 3, Rock Hill. 4, Gallia Academy. 5, Fairland. And in lane 6 is Portsmouth. The final event of the night to close out the 2019 Lions Club Invitational here at Chesapeake High School. And we're out clean here in the 4x4. No false starts. On the background, that is in the backstretch, that is Spencer Harris taking over the lead. Still early on here. He's taking over Caden Davis from Portsmouth. This is very stretched out here. We have Harris. We have him as the lead off for Fairland. Spencer Davis, Aguilera pulling up on Davis. Aguilera pulling up on Davis. It's Fairland into the first exchange. Harris handing off to LaFawn. Two guys that ran cross country, running the first two legs of a 4x4, and Aguilera also a cross country runner. Not something you see very much in the 4x4, but they get the job done. Also with Rock Hill handing off Eli Baker. He is also a cross-country runner. The 400 is kind of that mix zone there, but LaFawn holding strong with this lead. Coming down on his third and final event of the night. He will hand off here. And Fairland in the lead. Rock Hill handing off. Rock Hill has Noah Wood listed. He's a solid 400 guy if he is in fact in this, as the sheets say. It's Fairland and Rock Hill going at it.
The results of the boys 4x400 meter relay. In 8th place, Chesapeake. 7th place, Ironton. 6th place, South Point. 5th place, Cold Grove. 4th place, Spring Valley. In 3rd place, Fairland. 2nd place, Portsmouth. And in 1st place with a time of 3 minutes 36 seconds, the gentleman from Rock Hill.
Followed by Portsmouth and Fairland into 3rd, and that will conclude the 2019 Lions Club Invitational here at Chesapeake High School. Thanks for tuning in here on Armstrong Cable.
The High Point Award winners for this evening in the boys division, this young man scored 1st in the long jump, 1st in the 100 meter dash, 1st in the 200 meter dash, and he was on the 4x100 meter relay team that scored 2nd. He had a total of 32 points this evening from Spring Valley, Tyson Hall. This evening in the girls division, this young lady placed 1st in the 200 meter dash. She placed 2nd in high jump, 2nd in the 400 meter dash. She was also 4th in the long jump with a total of 31 points. From Fairland High School, Allie Marshall. Congratulations. Okay, the overall team totals in the boys division. St. Joe with 1 point, Tulsa had 5 points. Wayne, 17. Chesapeake, 32. In 7th place, Fairland with 47. In 6th place, Ironton with 54.5 points. In 5th place, Gallia Academy with 55 points. In 4th place, Cold Grove with 68 points. In 3rd place, Rock Hill with 103 points. And the 2019 Chesapeake Lions Club Invitational runners-up with 120 points were the boys from Spring Valley. And in first place, the champions of the Chesapeake Lions Club Invitational with 123 points. Portsmouth, the men from Portsmouth. In the girls division, Graceland with 16 points, South Point with 46.5 points. In 8th place, Wayne with 47 points. In 7th place, Chesapeake with 48 points. In 6th place, Spring Valley with 49.5 points. In 5th place, Rock Hill with 57.5 points. In 4th place, Ironton with 64 points. In 3rd place, Gallia Academy with 72.5 points. The Chesapeake Lions Club Invitational runners-up with 127 points, the ladies from Portsmouth, which leaves the champions of the Chesapeake Lions Club Invitational in the girls division with 134 points, the ladies from Fairland. We also have a combined team trophy this evening, the J. Jeff Hawley Memorial Trophy. It is awarded to the team with the highest combined girls and boys score. Jeff Hawley ran track for Fairland in the 1980s, and he was selected to the OVC track team. This trophy this evening goes to the team that scored in the girls division 134 points, and in the boys division 123 points, for a combined total of 250 points, and that goes to the students at Portsmouth High School. Congratulations.